Good night, stranger. You must have wandered quite deep into the forest if you have arrived at my witch's den at this time of day, when the sun is about to disappear behind the horizon. Continuing your journey during the night might be dangerous, so I invite you to stay the night so you can rest properly. In order for you to fall asleep easier, I will even tell you a bedtime story. There's barely any sound as calming as the waves of the ocean. So tonight, my tale will lead you to a quiet beach after sunset, where you can stargaze and listen to the sounds of the sea. If you are one of my Patreons and want to vote on which story I will tell in the podcast next week, don't forget to drop by for the poll. But first, get ready to go to bed. Wear your coziest pajama. Make sure you have a glass of water by your bedside. If you need medication, don't forget to take it. Just make sure that you have everything prepared you need right now and right when you wake up, so your brain will not stress during the night. If you still have the device you are listening on in your hand, make sure to set a sleep timer if you need one, and that autoplay is turned off if you are on YouTube. Write your intention for the night in the comments. For example, you could write, "I will fall asleep easily," to claim some restful energy for yourself. But without further ado, let's start. Now, you may find a comfortable position to lie down and close your eyes. Take a deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. I want you to think of 3 things you are grateful for today. Maybe it rained for the first time in a while. Maybe someone reached out to you. Maybe you ate something really tasty. Allow yourself to be grateful for the small things. Concentrate on your breath again. Every time you inhale and exhale, feel the air flow under your nose. If there are thoughts coming up, look at them like you would look at a cloud in the sky and watch them pass by. With every exhale, your body relaxes deeper. Your feet become heavy. Your legs become heavy. Your shoulders become heavy. Your arms become heavy. Your hands become heavy. And your head becomes heavy. I am now going to count down from 5, and when I reach 1, you will be completely present in tonight's story. 5. You are totally safe and relaxed where you are in this moment. A warm and cozy light spreads from your heart throughout your entire body, its golden glow filling you with a feeling of love and solace. 3. You let go of everything that is still binding you to today. 2. My voice is leading you through the light and beyond. The sound of waves crashing against the shore reaches your ears. 1. You are lying somewhere in the dark, with a full view of the starry sky above you. Your body is stretched out completely, and as you slightly shift your weight, you realize that you are lying on a dark-colored sunbed that is rather hard but still comfortable. Your feet are pointing toward the sea that stretches out black before you, waves breaking against low rocks lining the beach. The bay is ample, but feels somewhat secluded, with steep rocks marking the headlands to your right, and much further away, a sloping mountain covered by a string of lights that indicate a road to your left. In the distance, across the sea, 2 different land masses glitter brightly, like faraway parallel universes. You don't know if they are islands or different parts of the mainland, and there's no way for you to find out. Next to one of them, a light flashes up in regular intervals. A lighthouse, you are certain. The rush of the water sounds so consistent and calming that you completely lose track of time. Your eyes drooping and closing then and now, and you can't tell if you even dozed off for a bit. Suddenly, you hear steps behind you, and you turn your head. From the darkness emerges a tall man, who is so beautiful that you are confused for a moment. You wonder what someone who looks like him is doing at night on this secluded beach, in an area that seems to be far off the beaten track, when he should be on the runways of a fashion week or on the photo shooting for a magazine. His eyes and hair are dark, and he looks to be muscular, his upper arm straining against the sleeves of his white shirt. As he steps closer, you can make out his tan skin and a straight nose. He drops into the sunbed to your right and folds his arms behind his head. For a long stretch of time, he doesn't say anything, and you sit next to each other in peaceful silence that is only accompanied by the steady rhythm of the waves. Then he lifts his hand and points up into the night sky. "Look, there's a Big Dipper," he says, and his voice sounds low and pleasant. The sky is so clear tonight, almost all of the constellations are visible. He doesn't tell you his name, but doesn't ask for yours either. You wonder if you somehow know each other. Looking up, you soon enough find the square body of the Big Dipper. If you look up from its right corner, the man says, you can see the pole star, the bright one over there. Your eyes follow the direction of his finger, and lo and behold, there is a brilliant star shining a bit brighter than the others in the night sky. Polaris marks the tail end of the Little Dipper. The Babylonian star catalogues list it as the wagon of heaven. It is said to have been used by the Phoenicians for navigation, and was thus sometimes called Phoenike. In ancient Greece they were called the Big Bear and the Little Bear, and there is a myth in which the two bears save Zeus from his father Cronus. Maybe I will tell it to you another time. There's a pause as you figure out which stars belong to the Little Dipper, until he continues. We can't see most of the zodiac constellations right now, because they are too close to the horizon or behind us, so the island conceals them. But many of the lesser-known constellations are right above us. Do you see the 3 stars lined up between the Big and the Little Dipper? That's the tail of the Draco constellation. With his finger, he points a wiggly line into the air and continues. It coils around the northern pole star here, and then his finger moves into the opposite direction, ends here in these 4 stars that make up the body. It's so big, you say. Right, he replies. And because it's circumpolar, it never sets. From the northern hemisphere, you can see it all year round. And up there, that other bright star is Deneb, he says. You have to tip your head all the way back on the sunbed in order to see the star he is pointing out. It's a tail star of the constellation Cygnus, the swan. Then these are the wings and the long neck, you ask, leaning closer to show him which stars next to Deneb you mean. Yes, he says, now smiling, only briefly averting his eyes from the asterisms in the sky in order to look at you. There are so many legendary swans that no one knows which swan this constellation was named after. But what makes it so beautiful to me is that it's one of the constellations that makes it so easy to see why people thousands of years ago saw a swan in the sky. Because we can also see a swan right now. Do you have a favorite constellation? You think about the question for a while, and then you answer truthfully. He hums and nods appreciatively. Then he shifts in his place, clasping his hands over his solar plexus. A small smile still lingers on his lips, and you look away, because he looks like a statue carved from marble, bathed in moonlight, and your brain can't fully process it. Next to each other, you look up into the universe for a while, without talking. I can't even fathom how far away all of this we are seeing is. You mumble under your breath, tired but relaxed. He perks up immediately, opening his mouth to say, "We are looking at a minimal section of our universe that is too big for us to ever comprehend. We are looking at stars that have looked like this millions of years ago. We have no idea what they look like right now, or if they even exist anymore. In our sky we can only see a tiny part of the Milky Way. We are in the Orion arm of the Milky Way that has at least a few 100 million stars in it, and a few 100 billion in our whole galaxy. Then there are hundreds of billion of galaxies in the universe. And the universe itself is billions of light years across. It could be infinite for all we know. Hypothetically, there could even be a multiverse. We don't know where the universe came from, or where it is expanding to. We don't know how the universe will end either, but it's clear that at some point life in the universe will be impossible, or it might even self-destruct." He pauses for a second, catching his breath. "Does that scare you, you wonder?" "No," he says, turning his head to smile at you, an unfairly pretty smile. "Because that means that literally nothing matters. We are going to die. Our kind is going to become extinct. Our planet will be swallowed by the sun. The Milky Way and the Andromeda galaxy will merge, and eventually the universe will end. Everything people are fighting about literally does not matter. The resources, the raw materials, who gets to hold power over a blink in time in a speck of the universe does not matter. And people believe that's worth harming others, when all we have is this short moment in time. It doesn't matter if it's us who have to work here on this island, or the people who will come back here tomorrow morning to lie at anchor with their yachts. We are already on our own yacht that is almost 13,000 kilometers in diameter, and for all we know, it might be the most beautiful yacht in the entire universe. It doesn't matter how powerful someone thinks they are. They will never be immortal. They will never be all-powerful. The universe is simply too big, and no one can overcome the laws of physics. In that way, we are all the same. So why don't we just enjoy the time we have? Why don't we take this chance we got to experience these human feelings, this love that we might not be able to experience ever again? Maybe that is all we can do. You smile back at him, feeling strangely relieved. There's no existential dread or fear in his words, just calm serenity. And at that moment, you see the world from his perspective. And you are happy. The stars blur in front of your eyes as you yawn and relax into the sunbed. It becomes difficult to keep your eyes open as the sound of the waves slowly soothes you to sleep. Your breathing becomes heavier, and the world around you gradually disappears. You become aware of my voice again. I will now count to 5, and once I reach the number 5, you will fall asleep. 1. You feel a comfortable and cozy warmth spread through your entire body. 2. Your muscles relax completely. 3. You feel safe and full of love. 4. Your mind is quiet and at ease. 5. You drift off into a sound and restful sleep. You are safe here in my richest den.